Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time once again for the circle the wagon. It's called the Coon Prairie Ramblers in the house.
I forgot my wagon, so we're
shucks.
down. We're short a wagon. I don't know what we're going to do.
Oh well, we'll just circle up anyway and make do with what we got.
That's all you can do.
We're going to talk about everything we can think of to talk about, and along to help us talk about some things which we're going to talk about, we got Luke, the rebel without a clue.
I'm afeared so.
And we got me, the amiable, affable, man about town, mailman. And we have a special guest.
Yes, we do.
And he's wearing a hat saying, "Make Arcadia great."
Make Arcadia great again.
It's one of them.
Well, Mel's got on one, too.
Yeah, I got one, too.
How come I ain't got one? I'm kidding.
Well, you can have one.
I'm going to get one that says, y'all got one that says, I'm from Nocatee. Y'all got one that says, make Arcadia great again. I'm going to get one that says, make Nocatee greater.
Yeah.
Or even greater. How about that? But it's probably going to have to be in Spanish.
Make Nocatee known.
See, the real Nocatee, not the Nocatee up the
known.
road.
It's disappearing.
Right. Well, it's like
anyway, our special guest.
Oh, we better say something about him.
We got J.C. Daraso. Yeah.
Proud to be here today. Thank
you, guys. All right. We're glad to have you. You're a native DeSoto Countyan and all that good stuff?
Native Arcadian.
All right. That's a good thing to be proud of. I went to school with your daddy. And he doesn't remember this, but we one class I remember we had together was driver's ed. You know, when you're in driver's ed, you don't get to go out of the class much. They only take a few out to drive once in a while, and you sit in the class doing homework or whatever. But me and your dad, Joel, played paper football that whole year, back and forth. He doesn't remember that for some reason. I don't know why.
Selective memory.
His mind was elsewhere. He was dwelling on his future.
His future car. He had this jacked up Nova, yellow Nova with a black top he drove around. Yeah. That was a hot rod. So he's probably thinking about his future car, which is that. And that's what I remember most about Joel was that yellow Nova his. It was hot.
I heard Dad and his brothers were the recipients of several speeding tickets in their day.
I don't doubt it. I hope he's got pictures of that Nova somewhere.
Yeah.
He does.
It was a beauty.
Yeah, and his one brother helped me build my house.
David.
Yeah. David, yeah.
There's several, well, he had several siblings, and you've got several siblings.
That's right.
What profession are you in right now?
So when I graduated from high school, I started the farming division of my dad's sod company, and then I wound up starting another company that began taking most of my time, so I am full-time with it now for the last number of years. It's called A+ Environmental Restoration.
Sweet. Wow. What is that about?
So
I'm trying to explain that to people, but they'll say what?
So basically what we're trying to do every day is figure out new ways to approach solutions to construction projects and energy projects that are environmentally friendly. So we all have an addiction to power. We like our air conditioning here in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
And we like our electric cars, and we like to go golfing, and we like to watch movies in the movie theater. All that takes power.
That's true.
We help with the construction and operation and maintenance on commercial-scale solar fields.
Wow, no kidding. You're a busy man. That's quite involved.
I didn't tell people that. I thought it was something else you did.
I would have to write it down. I couldn't remember that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I couldn't remember that much.
We also do ecosystem restoration. So we just completed a job in Brevard County where we planted just under 1 million sea oak plants to restore the shoreline. That was
Seriously?
Yep, it was eroded after Hurricane Irma.
But that took a while.
It did. It took us a couple of months, and so they pumped all the sand back up, and then we came in and revegetated it with the sea oak plants, which a lot of people don't know, but they're vital to the beach because they actually catch sand on their leaves and build the dunes. The dunes will grow over a period of time.
Who knew that?
Yep, and their roots help hold it tight as well.
Wow. You said you did that in Brevard County, so you don't just work here. You have like a catchment area, you go...
That's right.
So many county, or anywhere in Florida they need you.
We work basically from Alabama to the southeast, Alabama, Georgia, and all over the state of Florida.
Son, you get around.
Alabama.
How big is the company? How many?
We've got about 120 full-time employees, and then we bring some temps in as we need to, and we have 3 or 4 positions open right now. We're always growing.
So you mean the folks that are indigenous to DeSoto County that work for you, they have to go to Alabama sometimes?
If that's where they need to go,
That's right.
there's
Yeah.
always a group of young men that want to travel.
So you're putting up hotel expenses.
We're
and-
paying per
Food
diem,
and
paying
everything.
hotel.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Travel. So one of the nice things about our company, and one thing why I like to encourage other companies to move to DeSoto County, is folks can get a good high-paying job with benefits here, and they can clock in here. Traditionally, if you wanted to get a good wage, you needed to drive all the way to Sarasota or down to Fort Myers, and
That's
you clock
right.
in down there.
Yeah.
So it's a big benefit to jump on the clock here and drive a company truck to wherever you're working in the state.
Right, we need that kind of stuff here in DeSoto County because jobs has always been a problem. When you got places like the state hospital shutting down, the Department of Juvenile Justice shutting down, the transformer plant shutting down, and the stump plant at Nocatee, all the industry just seems to
Man.
come and go, but mostly go.
What do we do? Kill everything around here?
Must
the
be.
bowling alley, the
So
skating rink.
So you can flip oranges or pick or flip oranges. You can flip burgers or pick oranges. Let me get that right. Oh, I tried picking oranges one time.
Flip oranges and pick burgers.
That's right. There's two. I tried the orange thing one time. There was just too much picking, and not enough grinning. So I didn't last long.
Well,
picking
sometimes the juice ain't just worth the squeeze.
oranges. I heard that. You right about that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we're glad to have you with us today.
Yeah, so this is your first time on the radio.
That's right. So
Oh,
I've
boy.
got quite an appreciation for talk radio. I'm
Yeah.
a talk radio guy.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I listen to it, though. I've never been a part of it.
Yeah. Well, you
Oh.
know, like I mentioned earlier, the demographics is normally rule of thumb is ages 35 and above listens to talk radio, 35 and below listen to music radio. But I've always been of the opposite. I've always, clear back in my 20s, I always listened to talk radio. I always loved talk radio. When I lived up in Columbus, Ohio, the morning drive, Jack and Dick. Always listened to Jack and Dick.
What kind of radio show is it? What was it talking about?
They did what we did, but then they played some music.
And they probably got paid, so it was a whole different
they
world.
got paid. Yeah,
That's
because they
right.
always made appearances here and there.
You mean you guys aren't paying me anything today?
Well, we don't get a nickel,
We'll
but
get what's left over out of what do we get?
yeah, right. Which is a big fat goose egg, but that's okay. We give them their money's worth.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't get anything from them. We don't give them much back.
Yeah.
The talk radio. I didn't really know talk radio existed when I was young. For some reason, I guess I just hadn't discovered it yet.
Well, you only had this station, right?
back in the day.
And it was probably a music station.
When you remember, like I do, that when there was only AM
Yeah.
radio before FM came along and opened up a whole new world to us.
Yeah.
So you had to stay close to your AM station.
As a young man that was homeschooled, I spent a lot of days working with my dad, and it was 1480 or 1070 or nothing.
I heard
Don't
that.
reach for the dial.
Yeah.
You're right about that. Get your hand slapped.
That's right. So it was a lot of Rush Limbaugh, a lot of conservative talk radio.
You know, now, like this station, pretty much all of it is conservative talk. They have to have a liberal here and there. So I think in the evening they got one or something. I forget who it is. Used to be Alan Combs, but he passed away.
He sure did. That's right.
But back when Rush started, and I remember when he started in '88, I can't remember who else was on radio at the time. I mean, when he came on, it was kind of like that. Man, that was all of a sudden a new life came to radio or something.
He obliterated the rest of them. I
Yeah.
guess, with his big mouth.
And then all these other people started coming around like Laura Ingrams and Sean Hannity and all that.
And all those.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he was the.
I remember Rush well. In fact, I'm going to take my opportunity now. I brought a stack
Yeah,
of papers just so I could crinkle them in front of the microphone.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
sound effects.
Let me see your formerly nicotine-stained fingers there.
That's your impersonation of Rush Limbaugh.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very good. Nothing wrong with that. Goodness. Well, talk radio. We might come back to that in the next segment. We're down to just a few seconds now.
It's a good thing to talk about.
I think as long as you can talk about something, think of something to talk about. So,
I do have an appreciation for talk radio.
all right. Well, y'all come back in a few and we'll see what's left. Bye.